And also, if any questions, you have, you can message me on the chat window so that I can definitely give it up at the end of the session. Or else, if it is very relevant, I will discuss this in the middle of the session. Okay. So at this point of time, as a grid, as I said, the grid is very smart. You have to be very smart because of the new distributed energy resources like the solar, wind, ocean, fuel kind of things, how this can be efficiently, smartly driven to the consumer. So as a part of the process, as I told you, right, a smart grid is not one technology. It's a series of technologies. In the process of that, today we are more concentrating on the consumer end, how the energy is supplied to a consumer, and what steps, right? Today people are more, because of the demand, you cannot keep on generating more energy either from the, like the today is the main source is coal, which is a fossil fuel. So what we have to look into this now is how do I conserve my energy? So what are the first things people are trying to make, and which is the energy efficiency, which is how do I save my energy through the techniques. So today's agenda is more on the smart grid, and how do I save energy? What are the different energy efficiency techniques? In that process, I have Vinod, who is an expertise, who is an energy certified consultant in this particular arena, and so on and so forth. So he will take care to go forward on this particular aspect of different, telling you all the different things. How can you do that in this case? Coming back to the smart grid kind of thing. As I told you, smart grid is not a one technology. As I told you, smart grid, if you have to say one word, it's an amalgamation of the operations technology and information technology. To say it in a layman terms, all your energy related equipments or energy related sources, all, to be very specific, your smart meters, where it needs to your instrumentation, like whether it's a device, that is what the device instrumentation. Most of the people are talking about the Internet of Things. So having communication to my device and sending the data to a source, which is nothing but, today people are talking about more on the IT side. Today we people speak more on the digital side. People speak about most on the technological front, like cloud applications. Like if the data is used, it's a big data application. If you want to take the insights, we have analytics. So to display in a graph, we have visualization. So there are other technologies embedded into the grid to make it as a smart grid. So we have some follow-up sessions on that. So I already covered on the digital sessions in my previous thing, and also what I did is I have posted on my meetup. Right, if anyone is interested, you can go into my meetup and you have a link where you can see my digital sessions on that also. So you can go forward, and one of my past meetups I have the links. So to have a little bit more overview of what are the digital technologies involved to make the digitalization of your grid, what are the digitalization process you have to see. So you can go and see that one. So these are the things which I want to make a benchmark before I go forward and hand it over to Vinod to take it forward on there. So I'll come and pitch into that because I'm a senior guy to say about me and everything, right? I have more than 12 years more on the energy and utilities, and recently for the past 6 years I have been into the smart grid area, and last 1 year I am working on the digitalization of the utilities in the smart grid area. So we are working very closely on the different clients and different aspects. So at the end, after he comes to right, I'll give you some business case, one example of business case, like taking one example, one use case where we can use this in saving of the energy, and what are the different aspects we have to take on that. So how it has been organized is, so Vinod will take in the next half an hour right from here, like I say 11:15, we start, and then it will take half an hour for him. So last 5 minutes, I will take my like business case, like I will give you the what you are seeing, and I will add my thoughts on that. And the last 10 minutes, what I want to say is any question and answers, and anything generic questions you people have, we will take it forward on that. Okay. Let me introduce like Vinod. Vinod works with us in here, and he has more than 6 years of expertise in the areas of energy, basically into the electrical, working on the different electrical equipments, and understand each device or equipment or the asset, and give some value to it, and then make more savings on the process. So he has worked on a lot of industries, especially on the industrial utilities industry, on the commercial side, on the also the uh, uh, things like that. So now I will I'll give hand over to Vinod. Vinod, take it forward from here.
Hi friends, myself Vinod Kumar. I'm a certified energy auditor. I'm working with Suruksha Energy from 1 year. Have you anyone know why to save energy? Because there are certain reasons where we have to save energy. Energy resources are limited, as you already know, that day by day the energy resources are decreasing day by day, and energy prices are getting high, going up. Because when you see in the year 2000, the petrol rate was around 70 rupees per liter. Now it's come to 70 rupees. That is one of the reason. And energy demand is increasing day by day, because you see so many persons. Energy demand is increasing day by day. And energy consumption it's important, because 60% of resources are consumed so far in the world, and 85% of the raw energy comes from non-renewable resources like thermal, coal, gas, those sort of things, and hence not able for future generation. That's the main reason that we have to save energy for the future generation also. See, as you see the graph, see during the year 1500 AD there was, and if you come to 2012, it was reaching to 20%. 20 million tons of oil equivalent were consumed already. And as you already know that global energy life, because oil is going to survive for 45 years, and gas for 65 years, and coal for 200 years. If you see this picture of graph, see history repeats again. If you don't save energy, see first it was started with a candle in the year 1800, and after that we came to incandescent lamps in the year 1900, and after that we came to CFL lamp in the year 2000, and after that in the year 2020 we are going to come to LED lamp, and if we are not going to save energy again, we are going back to candlelight. That's the reason, friends. Be sure that we have to save energy for the future generation. See crude oil imports, because as an India, we are most dependent on other countries. We are going to import so many oil, coal, those all from other countries. See, see energy demand in India. See, in the year 2011, 10 and 11, it was around 800 trillion watt hours, and oil was around 100 metric tons, and coal was around 500 metric tons. Why save energy? As I already discussed it, due to global and competition with falling prices, the industry compelled to cut costs, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, investment in energy conservation provide more attractive returns, improves overall business profitability. See, if you see the scenario, what is the installed capacity of India? It was around 2,72,502 megawatt as on May 2015. And after this, Thermal, it is around 70%, and hydroelectricity is around 15%, nuclear is 2%, and renewable 13%. And electrical energy in the year 2014-15 was around 1106 billion units were generated during the year 2014-15. And CO2 emissions. Any idea that what is the fuel required to generate 1 unit of power? See, 1 unit is equal to 1 kg of coal. Where if you want to generate 1 unit of electricity, we are going to consume around 1 kg of coal. See, 1 megawatt is called 1 ton. And 2 lakh megawatt consumes around 2 lakh tons per hour of coal. Expected CO2 emissions from power sector alone is 6.58 billion tons per year. If you take care of 2 lakh megawatt hour. See, as carbon footprint, as you already know that 100 watt electric lamp on by using 4 hours per day, we are going to consume around, it is going to release around 120 kg of carbon footprint. And if you are going to travel by car, 66 kgs. And if you are going to travel by train for 300 kilometers, it's going to consume around 21 kg. One way, if you go from Chennai to Hyderabad, it's around 164 kg. And TV, for using 6 hours per day, it's going to release around 250 kg per carbon footprint, CO2 per kilowatt hour. And the fridge, if you are going to use for 24 hours per day, it's going to release on 400 kg. And there is a small video from global warming. I'm going to show that video. Those are the ill effects of global warming. Just I request you friends to concentrate on more on energy conservation. As an Indian, we have to save some energy for the future generation. See, if you take case of 100 watt incandescent bulb, it's going to consume around.
I request everyone, please mute your microphones or your laptop so that others can hear very clearly, because I know some noise. Please do mute your phones.
Yeah. See, when compared to incandescent bulb, CFL bulb consumes very less power. That's the reason we are going nowadays. We are using that CFL bulb. So because when you compare to CO2 emission also, it's quite less. When compared to incandescent bulb, CO2 emission is very less, 20 gram per hour. And see, as due to global warming, even temperatures are also going high when compared to 1860 and 2000.
I hope everyone is able to hear our session. I think anyone is not hearing. Yeah, I think Santosh. I think it's a okay, clear now. So I think yeah, I think it's fine. I think everyone is hearing. Okay, everyone is hearing. I'll continue. Okay.
See, when compared to glacier, due to global warming, it is going to melt the ice and it is going to form like water, like a river and like a lake. When with the glaciers, you see, compare 1941 and 2004 due to global. These are the very ill effects of global warming. See, when if you take care of this also, see, due to in a 1 year it is going to melt this much. See, energy saving potential as a whole, we are going to save around 23%, and in agriculture,
I'm just checking. Can you just reply back? Everyone is able to hear, right? Everyone. Okay, thanks.
yeah, okay. See, in agriculture sector itself, we are going to save 30% of energy consumption. Okay. In industrial sector, we are going to save around 25%, and in transport, 20%, and domestic and commercial, we are going to reduce around 20% of energy consumption. Okay. Is it audible to you? Assess potential of 25,000 megawatt every energy saving for every year. And energy saving, energy efficiency and conservation, and demand and management measures can reduce demand and management measures can reduce peak and average demand. One unit saved about 2.5 to 3 units of free addition power. Investment in energy efficiency and energy consumption is highly cost effective. Can be if you take care of if you are going to invest for incandescent bulb and CFL, you are going to return on investment will be very low because and it can be achieved less than 1 crore per megawatt. Also avoids investment in fuel, minimize the transportation also. The principal technical losses in the electrical distribution. If you are going to input 24.7 kilowatt per 20%, 24.7 kilowatt hour, and generation loss will be 70%, generation electrical loss will be 10%, transmission loss will be 80%, and distribution loss 35%. At the end of the if they, at the end of the day, we are going to get around 1 kilowatt hour. If you are going to give input for 24.7 kilowatt hour, and at the end you are going to get 1 kilowatt hour. If you compare this, 23 kilowatt hour is loss due to various reasons. It may be generation losses, it may be distribution loss, or it may be transmission losses. I think you are aware of this thing, Energy Conservation Act 2000. It was enacted in 2001 and became effective from 1st March 2002, and it was approved by Bureau of Energy Efficiency in the year 2002 on March 1st. And there are some of the important features of Energy Conservation Act. One thing is standards and labeling. As you already know that nowadays, when each and every equipment is having standard and labeling, it may be 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. The better the star, the better the energy consumption will be very less. If you take care of one star, the energy consumption will be more when compared to 5 star. Evolve minimum energy consumption and performance standards for notified equipment appliances. I already discussed with you. Prohibit manufacture and sale of equipment appliances not conforming to standards. If it is not, nowadays even B is going to, even government of India is very much keen on star labeling for each and every equipment. Introduce mandatory labeling to enable consumer to make informed choice. See this, these are 1 star and these are 4 star. If you compare this 1 star, it's going to consume around 1059 units per year. When compared to 4 star, it's around 383 units per year. Better the star, you can go for better consumption, better equipment selection. See, there are the BE has approved some brand-based refrigerator models: Whirlpool, Samsung, LG, Electrolux, Vidacon, Kelvinator, those all things. See, if we take care of room air condition also, see, 4 star is going to consume around 2.95 kilowatt hour. Then with same case with the TFL bulbs. In the earlier days, we are going to use T12, and after that we are going to T8, and now T5. These are the manufacturers who are going to manufacture TFL lamps in India. And if you take care of transform distribution, when it has star rating also, see 50% loading, it's going to consume around 520 watts. Total losses for 50% loading, and 100% loading, it's around 1800 watts. See, the voltage also up to 11 kilowatt we can use it. Then same case with the pumps. Star rating for LPG stoves also. See, thermal efficiency when compared to 1 star and 5 star. 1 star will be around 69.5, and for 5 star it is around 74%. See, next products include washing machine. Already I think washing machine has star labeling. CFL lamps, set-top boxes, transport sector for 2 and 4-wheeler. See, international labeling program for automobiles. New Zealand fuel consumption going around star rating across for all vehicles classes. Japan per liter it should give around 100 kilometer. In Japan per kilometer per liter, and Singapore and those things. Impact on environment. If you are going to use star rating cables, you are going to reduce around 0.106476 million tons of CO2. And if you take care of the refrigerator, 0.94, and tubeless fluorescent lamps, 0.14. And at the end, we are going to save around 1.199 million tons of CO2. And this is use of energy saver bulbs. This is initiated. This is the one which is using in the Pakistan. This is a website for energy management training where we are going to upload all energy savings for each and every sector. If you take care of thermal power plant, what are the energy saving measures done by a power plant, fertilizer, aluminum, those all things. This is maintained by BE and GIZ. See, these are the state designated agencies for each and every state. If you take care of Andhra Pradesh, NetCap, for West Bengal, WSCB, for Chhattisgarh, CREDA, Uttaranchal Electrical Safety Department. The role of SDA is to see energy conservation activities which will be promoted by BA. Each and every energy conservation activities should be done by a state designated agency which is controlled by state government of AP or concerned state. Alternate sources of energy, it might be solar, wind, biomass. See this, and 14th December is celebrated as National Energy Conservation Day, which was initiated in the year 2004 by Manmohan Singh. See, even the stamp, they have released 5 rupee stamp on energy conservation. There is a small painting program which was conducted by BA and which was presented by Abdul Kalam. And if you take 2013, the energy conservation, it was decided by Pranab Mukherjee in the year 2013. And participating units have invested around 4,537 crores, and in the return they have saved around 4 crores a year, equivalent to 711 megawatt of thermal power. See, we take format for my home energy audit. We take TFL bulb 4 ones. Each tube will consume around 40 watts, and if you are going to use for 3 hours per day, it's going to consume around 0.48 kilowatt per. And if CFL 18 watts, incandescent bulb 60 watts. This is energy audit sheet where we have to see we have to compare last year bill, this year bill, current year, where we can save energy by doing energy conservation activities. What is the amount we have saved in terms of kilowatt hour as well as in terms of money. Energy calculator. See, energy efficient benefits. It's not only to the industry, it's to the nation as well as to the globe. When compared to energy, it's going to reduce energy bills, and it is going to increase competitiveness among the other industries. And by this, we are going to increase our productivity and quality and the profits. When it comes to nation, it's going to reduce imports, energy imports. Like we are much more dependent on Arab countries for coal, for oil, and that can be reduced, and avoid cost can be used for poverty reduction and conservation of limited source, improved energy security. And when compared to globe, we are going to reduce GHG emissions and maintain sustainable environment. My friends, let's start energy consumption, and we have miles to go. Save energy, save our planet. Thank you.
Thanks, Vinod, for sharing your insights into that. Okay, I think people can question right on the chat window if you have any questions to Vinod, so that after my thing, what I will do is I will drive through one specific use case which we are working right now. So what we are doing in the process is the roadmap for the smart grid as a process. We are doing the savings methodology or energy efficiency to make as a smart city initiative to one of these hospitals to make it as a smart building. So this is a commercial building, and what they want to see and what I want to know is because their bills are getting high, right? There are fatty bills, like everyone knows that. So every year or now and then there is increase of prices and the rates by the utility people and the governments, and then now they're getting bigger checks now, bigger things now. So what we are engaged to do the energy efficiency for them, like what is losses. So out of which the primary identification for that we found it out is the primary culprit for the more energy is HVAC, right? So HVAC is the main which is consuming more than 40% of the thing, and then the next comes the lighting. So lighting is around and then consuming more like say 20 to 30% of the it goes to lighting, and the remaining other things like we can say UPS, power quality, and so and so forth. There are other things which are main consuming more as well. So our primary target, because my 40 to 50% is on the HVAC, so we targeted on the HVAC, which is the main area of concentration. Okay, so that's the thing in this case. So what I would like to share, this is what we have started it out, and we are working on that. So this is what the business case, and then in this what we are trying to make is more of the digital. So we are using all the new dimension technologies where you are aware of taking the data using look, we are using the technology, like we are deploying smart meters, and then we are using an IoT or the Internet of Things to capture the data. And then directly what we are trying to do is we are pushing the data into because the huge amount of data. So today we are trying to collect, though it's a 15-minute data, but we are trying to collect every minute data. So basically, the more the meters, the more the data. So we have to go with the big data. So we are using a Hadoop or a Spark kind of thing to collect the data. On that, what we are trying to do is we are doing some web technologies if you can say, I don't know how many people, like AngularJS or you can say Meteor, or you can say Node.js, server-side component, PHP. So there are a lot of web technologies. We are using them to deploy that into an user interface UI UX design, where we'll capture the data and showcase on that. And then finally, what we are doing is we are adding some analytics using R to give the analytics part of that. So how my equipment is doing, what is the performance of that. So finally, what we are doing until and unless we show it on the graph, it doesn't make any sense. So what we have shown them on a graphical representation using a line chart or bar chart or whatever chart they want is a visualization. So that's not the end, right? So showing doesn't make sense. How do you say? So at the end, we are from the inside, we are providing a value, right? We are going on a prescriptive kind of analytics to the customer and giving suggestions with our domain expertise, with the SME kind of thing, saying a value to the customer, like where it's going wrong, what you need to take an action. So we are doing all the CSR action to the with the client so that there is a value to it, right? And we are driving the entire thing from start to end so that they see the value of it. So at the end, everything what we are doing is we are going on cloud. So today the buzzword is cloud. So without cloud, there is no point of having a kind of digitalization. So these are the things we are doing at this point of time. So this is just it's a going on. So I thought let's share it with the team so that people are aware of what's going on the at least on understand, right, what is the smart building concepts, how it is driving things to kind of to a smart city kind of thing, which is the latest initiative by the governments of states and central government of it. So, so this is what we are doing as a case. So what I am planning in this case, right? I'm also planning in a month's time to have an Internet of Things. Until now I have planned a webinar, but Internet of Things is a word where we need to see physically, right? How the data is sending means it's a device instrumentation or a sensor. So until and unless I see physically, no one appreciates the thought. So we are planning to organize one face-to-face kind of thing where you people can come and see what's happening right over there, like how things are connecting from the device, which is the back end, to the front end, right? How the data is transferred. Whether I can send the data online when I do it offline, like can I download the data and store it on my desktop. So these are the things which I think some may know it, some may or not aware of it. So uh, no, no, I'm not able to. See, this is, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. This is just a thought, right? I'm not sharing any of the slides at this point of time. This is a business case which I want to share. This is already talked in my last sessions because this business case already, see, as I told you, right, this the case which I'm talking about, which I have shared. So you can see my previous sessions slides, which is there on my on my meetup. So you'll get to know what I'm speaking about, because this is a continuation of that. So who is following my things for the last 2 to 3 meetups, they definitely are aware of what I'm speaking about. So it's an ongoing journey which I want to share the knowledge which we are working on that, so that people are aware of what the technologies are involved in today's emerging markets. So that's it from my end for today's session. So what I was thinking in this case, right? So we are just 5 minutes ahead of time, which we're going to complete this session. So anyone, I know there's a group of people who might be interested in anything. And one more thing is, I'm going to share this on the meetup. So that's not a problem. You can go back and then see it. So once this is done, I share that in my meetup. You can go into my meetup and then you can view that. So and then so just for more information, also you can just, so my previous slides are also there. Recordings are there on the meetup, so you can just go through that and then just make yourself comfortable on that. Okay. So before I wind it up, me and Vinod are wind it up. So do you have any specific questions to me or to Vinod to address? So you can chat, right? You can write on the chat. So if you can't speak, or else now is the time you can unmute and also speak. Can we see some practical examples in Hyderabad? Kiran, that's what I said you, right? We are planning to have, see, not an end-to-end integration at this point of time, but I can have, so as a part of the process, I'm showing you the Internet of Things, which I have already on the meetup. You can see the date and time also, only the location and it's pending. But I have already scheduled for that shortly. That's what the dates are already given there. Yes, the answer for you, yes. It's a practical example. So we start with the Internet of Things and then we'll go forward. If I would like to contact in future, yeah, you can see, always the meetup is the best place where you can contact me. I always see now and then. So anything, right? It can be any personal thing you want to share, you want to talk to me. Yeah, drop me the mail. I'll send my details to you, right? So if you want to do some things you want to share, it's up there. There is a private message right over there. You can just drop there, and then definitely I'll reach you. So anything, any questions for Vinod before I wind it up? Kalyan, yeah, the securities, see, no one can rely on the smart grid, right? See, when we implement a smart grid, there is a lot of security, smart grid security, which is smart meter security. We have some standards like IEC standards where we will implement as part of the security as a smart grid. So there is no private party, means when I say, right, nothing, like when I say cloud, right, we're not going with the public cloud, we're going with the private cloud. So the data is secured there. So when we are going to smart grid, right, when the data is transmitting from one end to the other end, we have a lot of standards which has to be placed inside of box, so that the data is only available because it's entirely about the data, and so then through internet and the data only there. So we always follow the standards provided by the smart grid standards of security, which will avoid any hacking or any down, like or sudden smart read down, or they cannot hack anything. Okay, so yeah, carry on. Now, Kalyan has one more question, so I'm just waiting for him so that I can read and explain on that. Are there any small sensors devices to measure data in home appliances?
Yeah. We can measure using power guard, where we're going to measure even what is the energy consumption of laptop, or even bulb, even any. We have to just plug the power guard in a socket. Which what is the equipment you are going to measure? By using that, we get what is the actual consumption of that equipment.
Uh, yes, Kalyan. Kalyan, yes, that's the check. Before going for a real time, that's the check we need to see where exactly I need to keep my sensors, right? For example, there are 20 to 30 points where you need to measure, which is a data point. You cannot keep 20 to 30 sensors, right? So yes, there are smart plugs, right? Today we are working on a smart plug, which is a kind of a smart sensor where we can plug into the web socket, which is not into the socket, and which is an embedded sensor into that, and we can generate the data real time. It can be every second or every minute or whatever time frame you define. Yes, the answer for you, yes, is there is a smart plug which is uh, which is available in the market, or you can design on your own. Yeah, so going forward, right? So we are better is let's have a face-to-face kind of thing. I know for the last three meetups we are just talking on webinar. So I'll share that, right? I think better we all meet in a room, closed room, and you can see that more on a practical oriented. So that will give you a more insights of what we are talking about right now. Okay, I think no one has more any. Yep, yeah, meetups. Yeah, that's the thing, right? The sharing of knowledge and connecting with people. Yes, yeah, there will be future meetups. So that's what I plan to have a kind of face-to-face kind of meetups, so that people can share more thoughts on that. So definitely, you can connect me on the meetup for my future meetups on the kind of updates. So okay, thank you all. Thank you all of everyone to be part of this particular session, and thanks Vinod for your time to come
Yeah.
here. And then thank you all.
Thank you, all of them.